Hey guys, so I'm actually gonna go through the last couple of days to recap what it would have looked like to be taking it on this new layout, right, with the breakouts and everything, how you should see it, and everything of the sort. So, what I'll do is I'll start with NQ and rewind. So we're gonna look, of course, around that 9:30 to 11:30 hour. Sometimes it happens a bit earlier, but let's look at what happens here. Remember, we're going to buy out the blue out the top, and we are going to sell out the red out the bottom. And then also, as a backup, we have that black line. And then also, as a confirmation, we have the retail trader market maker, which is the top down analysis, and the ADX down there, showing you what's going on and what's going on with the momentum in the ATX or the ADX with the threshold right there. So let's look really quickly. I'm going to go minute by minute, 3 minutes at a time. It did tap right here. We saw it tap. This is early on at 8 o'clock. Here's 8:30. Kind of gave us a little sell through here. Not bad. Again, we're only looking for that 25 to 40 pips, no problem, or ticks. This one went 100 ticks on that sell through, came right back up and bought through this blue line here. So if we just waited for the breakout here, that would have been great. It doubled up and actually gave us the black line crossover as well. So this was a great point right here. There it is. Retested it again before it jetted and went 526 ticks, right? That's clean for the day. That's no problem at all, right? Then it went back inside of there and actually did it again, right? As you can see right there, that's pretty clean as well. Hit TP1, hit TP2, hit TP3 on the first one, and then ended up hitting TP1 and TP2 on the second one as well. So we had the bust out again, the breakout again, doubled up by crossing over the black line, gave us plenty of confirmation all the way through, and it followed all the way up to here. So that's 700 ticks right here, all the way through noon, and that's the day right there, right? So that's NQ for the day. Let's look back at the day before. Now, the day before looked like this. Let's see, 8:30. It happened at 8:30. We had some news, right? And just reset real quick. Let's go back to it. We had some news yesterday. So 8:30, it did exactly what it needed to do there. Crossed through this black line right at 8:30. Crossed through this blue line at 8:30 as well. So very nice buy there. Running back for you. See what it really looked like. And that's pretty clean, right? Again, we're looking at 40 ticks, 50 ticks, 20 ticks, 25 ticks, something like that. This was 293 right to that first take profit there, right? TP showed up. That's 400 ticks. Peeled off of it, came back again, and then broke out of this other one as well. On to the next TP. 582 ticks in that move. So 1, 2, 3 confirmations on the breakout. And if you're looking at the ADX, guess what? That's when it came up right around that time as well. Super clean. Definitely a good move as well. So let's go back to the next day. Day before. See what it looked like. Here's 8:30. 8:30 broke out beautifully. Broke out both of these and ended up TPing up here. 575 ticks on that one straight away. If we did the 9:30 action, it went down and touched that block. It went down and touched the bottom line, came right back up and broke out of the buys. We were in a buy mode anyway. It broke out of the blue, crossed over to black, and then broke out of the other opening range as well. Clean. 432 ticks on that. Right? Came back down, crossed over, and actually did it again on the south side here, all the way into 12 o'clock. Just reversed down here. Right? About 411 ticks there. So very, very clean with NQ for the last few. Let's look at YM. YM is a lot slower, smoother, a lot less of a heart attack, right? Especially if you're ready to pass challenges and everything. It's really, really good for that. So here's your breakout here. 92 ticks immediately. That's your, what is that? That's at 8:30. Then at 9:30, it did it again. Here's your breakout. Actually, first, it's sold out of here. So it sold down out of this opening range and gave this 113 ticks, right? Or 113 pips. Came back up, if you didn't take that profit, came back up and busted out of here again. It busted out of this black line to buy and then broke out of this blue as well to buy. So I know 9:30 is quick. If you caught the blue, no problem. Here you go. 217 ticks or pips. Retested the black line again up here and went again. Right? So plenty of opportunities there. Plenty of opportunities to find 25 pips. That's 140 just on the retest. And then the breakout up here for another 73. Right? If our alerts are set, everything is open and ready to go, then, you know, it's really, really clean. Here's 9:30 again, the day before. First is 8:30 again for the news, and what happens? It crosses over the black line right up here, crosses over the blue line right up here, and breaks out. So 3 confirmations right there at the same time. That's 319 pips immediately, right? 319 from there. From the black line, we're looking like 349 pips there. So super nice. Then we had a 9:30 here. If we didn't do the 8:30, no problem. Here's the 9:30. Broke out here. We had the black line and the blue line and the breakout all at the same time, telling you the same thing. That's another 213 pips in one shot as well. Right? Then we came down here, sold through, came right back up, TP'd again, 135 pips there. And then before 12, this was all before 12. Well, that was 1 o'clock. Then 2 o'clock, it sold all the way back down, right, for another 289. So plenty of moves there. Come on back. Then we got the day before. This was that choppy day. Now that choppy day, this is what it looked like. 9:30. Guess what? Right on the dot, 9:30. If we zoom in here, what did it do? It bought right off of this blue line at 9:30 perfectly. Bought through the black line. That's 85 pips at 9:30. Then went 112. If you held that, ended up at 112. It sold all the way back down through here and then did it again. Right, as you can see. So plenty of opportunity there as well. And then we'll do one more day of YM. Right, 9:30. Here's the breakout. 8:30 it crossed over the line. 9:30 it broke out of this bottom right here to sell down. Retested the black line again and then sold down. And then broke out of the opening range on top of that and sold all the way down here to this TP. That's 209. 209 ticks, right, on the sell. Came back at 11:30, crossed over the black line, retested the black line, came up through the bottom of here, came all the way to the top, and broke out of both of those at the same time for 193 pips, right? So YM has been doing amazing as well. And then we'll look at gold, GC. Gold, we're looking at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., around that time for gold. So it could be that. If it's not really moving crazy or good enough for you, you know, that means that New York will probably pop off beautifully. So here's 9 o'clock. Here's 9:30, and what is it doing? It's just testing this line over and over and over again. I'm actually going to rewind it real quick so you can see that it plays with this over and over and over and over and over again. All right. And just pay attention to the ADX at the same time. Just a retest of the black line, retest of the black line. And when you see the ADX down there, both of the lines are down under that line. That means it's really choppy. That's what that means. It's really, really choppy. It's not a lot of momentum, and you can see that visibly. And when that happens, what you do is go down to the 5 minute and just play between the levels. So if I pulled this down to the 5 minute at the exact same time, this was 8:30 June 11th. Pull this back to the 5 minute, 8:30 June 11th, 8:30 p.m. June 11th. What you're gonna see, I'm actually even gonna take all the rest of this stuff off of here so that you could just see price. Here it is. Perfect. So let's just look at price and how it's playing with these levels. These are nothing to play with, right? So 8:30, let's go back and see what's going on here. Now remember, the reason why we're down here is because on the 30 minute, both of these lines on the ADX were just sitting under the threshold. So what happens here? It goes down, it hits this level, smacks it, takes it to the other level. That's 112 pips, right? 112 ticks just on that. Then does what? Touches this level, smacks it, comes down. That's another 52, right? Retest the level again, and does what? Buys through. Comes back to it. All it's going to be doing is playing with these for the entire time. So even we speed it up, just playing and bouncing right off of it over and over and over again. Right. So you can see what's happening there. You have a little signal line. Let's not put this there. Let's put everything back. Just know that there's no heavy moves to be had when that's happening like that. Right? No heavy moves to be had. You're straight in scalp mode when that's like that on the 30 minute. So here's your scalp. There's 20 there. Right? There's another 30 here. Right? Retest it again. What's up? The ADX is up. Right? So we know that we're going to sell. There's another 20 here. 60, 80, 100, 200, 300. Right there. What time is that? That's 3 o'clock. Right? So it was just chopping, waiting until something was ready to happen. But as you can see, it's just going to play with these levels over and over and over again, especially when it's choppy. It's probably going to grab two levels and just play between them. So now you can see what price is doing, bouncing back and forward, and you're not like blind to it, waiting for a huge move to happen. Again, you only do that or see that when both of these lines are below here, like this. This is 30 minutes of chop, 30 hour and a half of chop right here. All right. And if you look at the 5 minute, again, it's going to be playing between a couple of levels. So that'll be that. So you can wait for breakouts or just know that that's what's there and end up scalping if you want to scalp. But just know there's not going to be no huge moves for a good while, right? And you can always come back here and check to see what it looks like. So again, this is choppy and this is not. This is not, this is. Every time you see chop, you see both of these lines at the bottom under this threshold. So use that wisdom, use that discernment, see what's going on. If you are on the Renko, this is what everything looked like on the Renko. Dang, looked really, really clean. Let's go down to the second on the Renko. Let's put the breakout zones back in here. And this is what these days look like. We can see it at a glance. Look at 10:51 a.m. Crossover, gone. Right? If we're on sell mode right here, sell, these are 25 pips per. 25 pips per. Broke out of here, that's your 50 pips. And it came even more. That's what's happening right now. Break out of the top, you can see it. 75, maybe 100 pips right there. Break out down here. This is 9:48, 9:30 a.m. Break out, you see it. Break out to the top, another 50, another 50, another 75, another 100 right here, maybe like 80 or so. Over and over. You got 25 here. Clean. Breakout down here. What time is this? Again, 8 o'clock. Breakout, retest, down, retest, down, retest, down. So you can see at a glance how these things are moving. That's the PM. Come over here the day before. What happened? Breakout plus the black line. Perfect. I don't know how many ticks that is. That's 50, 100, 200, 300, 325 there. And that was at right at 9:30 or so. 8:30, breakout here. So simplifying trading. The Renko is very, very, very simplified. But as you can see, the candles are as well. So either way you like it, it's all good. Here's 9:43 as well. What did it do? Break right out the top. Break over the black line. Perfect. You could just see it. Right? 8:30, breakout. Again. So this is what you use to pass your challenges. This is exactly what you use to pass your challenges. I would say YM on the 1 second with 25 pip bricks. And you can easily see, get a alert. I'm gonna make a video for the alerts when it breaks out of these things. So at least you'll know you're at a specific point of the chart, right? And you're only coming to the chart when something is happening. Right? And that'll be that. The automation will be based on this as well, because it's clear to see, clear to understand, and Man, look at that. All right, so if you have questions, hit me up. We'll go from there.